Hey, what's up? Welcome back. It's Thursday, July 30th, and going out for my lunch run. This has been a pretty good week for running so far. I've got 15 miles so far. You're going to do another 5 today. And then last week, I hit 50 miles for the first time in maybe like 2 months or something since Aravaipa Strong happened. But that was really good. Really, really good to hit a 50-mile week. After the Triple Crown, I finally got a little bit more time, so it's becoming a little bit easier to get in more miles during the week and then have a long run on like Saturday or Sunday or something. So that's what happened last week. Hit 50 miles this week, really trying to do that again. So I want to get to Friday, get into Saturday with maybe like 25 miles on my legs already for the week, and then that would be like pretty good if I can do like a 20 miler on Saturday or something. Like that would be great. Yeah, I had a really fun live stream a couple nights ago on Tuesday night. A bunch of people joined. It was just a really fun kind of like, just didn't really have a whole lot on the agenda. It was just answering questions, telling stories. So it was a good time. So the next one will probably be on Tuesday night again, hopefully. Seems like a good night to do it. Yeah, join in. It's a fun time. So after today, I'll be pretty close to hitting 50 miles on these Ultra Touring Plush. And then I'm going to break out the Escalante Racers. Very excited about those. I've never actually ran in the Escalante Racer. So really interested to see. I've ran in the Escalantes a lot in the past, but interested to see what the Racers are like. And I'm using the Polar Grit today. Got that tied in with my Stride foot pod, so really accurate distance and power. And it's just been like fun. Like I've been like kind of breaking back out these Coros and Polar and Suunto watches recently. Normally, as I have been telling you, I've been running the Apple Watch and listening to podcasts or audiobooks, but sometimes it's just good to also go out with no headphones and just run and feel your body and listen to your surroundings and the environment. And so when I do that, I wear one of these watches. And so today it's the Polar Grit. We're going to go for a run in the rain. Let's go. Okay, well, that was fun. 5 miles out in the rain. It was actually really good, and it was encouraging because I was able to keep about the same pace that I've been doing over the last couple weeks or so. Oops. Again, by the way, this Back Bay fitness belt, awesome for carrying the GoPro. It was perfect. But back to what I was saying, I was able to keep like a similar pace to what I've been running the last couple weeks or so in like 95-degree heat, but my heart rate was much lower. Like I was in like low zone 2. Actually, after I clean up, let's take a look at the file and see how it does actually compare to runs that were a lot hotter. Because right now I'm feeling pretty good about my fitness. Last couple weeks I've been kind of like, I don't know. But right now, after this run in the cool like summer rain, my heart rate was able to stay much lower than it has been over the last couple weeks. So that's really encouraging. But let's take a look at that here in just a few minutes, but only like 1 second for you guys. Okay. All right, so what we're going to look at now I think is pretty interesting. We're going to take a look at my run from today versus my run from 3 days ago. And the main difference is that 3 days ago, it was 10 degrees hotter. Today it was raining, 75 degrees. 3 days ago, it was 85 degrees and sunny. I ran the same route, 5 miles. I ran about the same pace, and I tried to hit pretty much exactly the same power. So we're going to take a look at this software from DC Rainmaker. I've loaded in these 2 fit files, and I had to change the date on the fit file from today to get these to line up. I had to do a text search and replace. Found 2,500 entries of the date in the fit file from today. Changed them all to 3 days ago. So now these fit files overlap on top of each other, and we're going to take a look at this, and I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is the power from these 2 runs. The blue line is from my run 3 days ago. The purple line is from my run today. And they were nearly identical power. Like, this is almost as close as you can get when you're trying to match power. It really doesn't get much closer than this because power is such a hard thing to hit. So I was targeting just like about 285 to 300 is what my target power was for these 2 runs. And the reason why these aren't perfectly lined up is because my run today started about 7 minutes later than my run 3 days ago did. So that's why these aren't perfectly lined up. But yeah, as you can see, power is almost identical. Remember, these were 10 degrees different. So then what I really wanted to look at was this heart rate data right here. So as you can see, they kind of started off sort of similar. In fact, the run from 3 days ago, my heart rate was a little lower to start off with, but then it quickly jumped up to averaging higher than today. So 3 days ago, I kind of hit 150 and sat there for about 15 minutes. And then after about 15 minutes, I started to heat up, took a walk break, and then about 22 minutes into the run, maybe. After about 22 minutes, I went over 160 and pretty much never came back. This happens a lot when you're running in hot weather. Your body tries to do its best to stay in its typical zone for that pace, but eventually your body starts heating up, and once your body heats up, if you don't have fluids or you can't slow down, you're pretty much not going to come back. This is very, very typical of heart rate data on a hot day. You're going to be fine, and all of a sudden you're going to hit this point where it's almost like the point of no return, and your body is just working extra hard to cool itself down. So that's what happened here. We hit around 165 and pretty much averaged that for the last half of the run or so. Today, 10 degrees cooler. Remember, almost exactly the same power going the whole time. So it's averaging right around 150 or so. Took a little bit of a walk break, very similar to the walk break I took a couple days ago. And then once I came back and started running again, it leveled out at 150 and really never went much higher. Cadence was pretty much exactly the same. So this is what I wanted to show you guys, and what I wanted to kind of key in on is that your environment, the temperature, possibly your altitude, there's a lot of factors that go into how your body reacts to running. And so if you're feeling like a couple days in a row or something of maybe I'm just not as fit as I thought I was, or for me it was a couple weeks of dealing with this heat and humidity here in Indiana. And for me, maybe my fitness isn't all that bad because I was able to hold that 300 watts, which is right around 745 pace, throughout pretty much this whole run today. And my heart rate was on that low zone 2 end, whereas just 3 days ago, pretty much an identical run, right around 300 watts, 745 pace. My heart rate was at the top of zone 3 and pushing into zone 4. So it really, really matters what's going on around you. Temperature is a huge factor. So if you're planning for a race in really hot weather, you just need to understand this. And if you're running during the summer and there's a couple days in a row or a few weeks where you're not feeling as fit as you thought you were, just don't really worry about it as much. Maybe just wait for a cooler day to kind of see if, well, here's an example of a cooler day and I was able to keep my heart rate a lot lower and run the same pace, same power. And, it's pretty encouraging knowing that once this weather does kind of cool back down, the humidity goes away a little bit, we get back into those 70-degree days, that you're going to be able to hold higher power, quicker pace, and with a lower heart rate, which means you're going to be able to do the same amount of work that you've been doing, or maybe even more work with less effort, less work put in. So that's just a little bit of encouragement that I wanted to share with you guys today. Like I said, the past few weeks I've been kind of feeling iffy about my fitness, wondering where it really is. And today, a nice rainy, nice cool run, I was able to verify that I'm actually I'm fine. I'm in a good place. I'm not worried about my fitness right now. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have questions about any of this stuff, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to just hang out and go over numbers and graphs and everything with you guys. I think it's fun. This is what I do when I coach my athletes. And yeah, I just think this is a blast. So thanks for watching. I hope it was interesting to you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.